I've been working on a new clean sound that I want to show you. I will do a full rundown of this pedal board at some point, I just ain't got around to it, but it is finished now. So as you can see, I'm using the Gig Rig G2, and on this clean sound the way the chain is working is I'm going into the compressor first, and that's all that's in front of the amp, and then in the effects loop it goes Analogman chorus, Memory Man, and then Strymon DIG, in that order. I have tried them in different orders, and this is the one that I've settled on in the end, and I'll explain that a little bit later on. I'll just give you a rundown really of what the three pedals in the effects loop sound like separately, because I think this stacking of delays is an interesting thing that a lot of people talk about to get an ambient sound in a way that is different to a reverb. So you get, it is kind of a reverberous sound, but it sounds different to a reverb. I don't really like reverbs, as in reverb pedals. I use reverb on the amp. I've got the built-in reverb on the Legacy on about 7, just to give it a bit of space. But in terms of, you know, complex delay pedals that give very atmospheric sounds, for me, they kind of wash out the note definition a little too much, where delays don't seem to do that. If you stack them, you just have more of the same note definition that you started off with, but you still get that washed out atmospheric sound. So since I'm using the G2, what I'll do is drop out the delays for now. In fact, I'll drop everything out for now and just show you what it sounds like completely dry, just with the reverb on the amp. That's dry. I'll add the chorus in now, which is the first one in the chain, so that's number 7. And that Analogman chorus does something magical to the top end, just gives it a bit of sparkle, which is why I love that chorus so much. It's on a pretty mild setting though, as you can see. So I'll take that off and put the Memory Man on by itself, which is just a great pedal. It's obvious why Eric Johnson has used it for so many years. A little bit of modulation on there as well. I've got it on the vibrato setting with the depth just after 9 o'clock. So I'll knock that off and put the dig on. This will be much drier, and it's got the dual repeats, so it's got 2 delays in one as the dig. It's a dual delay. So as you can hear there, I've got the delays set kind of asymmetrically. One picks up where the other left off, in that kind of staggered but even way. The thing that makes it sound very asymmetrical is the Memory Man. So the Memory Man's speed, where the other one was, this one is. Together, you got those 3 working against each other. So all the pedals together, I think, makes a pretty cool sound without losing too much of what you're playing. there's so much staying power, as you can hear. This again is without any special reverb effects, the kind of sounds that you might expect out of a Big Sky. Even in my opinion, the best bespoke sounds come out of individual pedals that do their own job incredibly well, put together as part of a whole system. I think a lot of reviewers put too much emphasis on what one pedal can do, when the best setups that we see from the professionals don't just use a one pedal that does a lot of things generally. They generally have got one very good delay pedal, one very good chorus pedal, one very good reverb pedal, one very good phaser, that kind of thing, and they'll bring them together in some kind of a concoction that sounds a little bit different to what other people are using. It doesn't sound cookie cutter. I made some very small adjustments on the times between both delays, so now together they sound like this. A little bit more asymmetrical but kind of evenly spaced delays, if that makes sense. Kind of there's more space between them, but they're uneven, which I think will sound nice on a washout. So the only other things to mention, the compressor's doing quite a lot of work here. It's stopping certain notes popping out too much, it's stopping other ones falling away too much. Would definitely recommend one. They can work great on overdrive channels as well, but definitely for a clean sound really helps out with the dynamics a lot, because the guitar is typically difficult to listen to. I think if you're doing a wide range of dynamic playing, it can really take your head off 1 minute and you can't hear it the next. So to get the nuances of how you're picking at a volume that's listenable, definitely recommend a compressor. And the other thing is I'm using bare knuckle nail bomb pickups. It's on the split position on the neck, so I'll play some more and you can hear what it sounds like as a total thing. Say I'd come back to the point about the order that you put the delays in, so I'll do that now. I did try them in both orientations, i.e. the dig first and the memory man second, and the memory man first and the dig second. I did initially think it made more sense to put the digital delay first and the memory man second, because I thought if there were more dry repeats for the memory man to then pick up if it's kind of got more signals going into the pedal, and then it turns them into the sound that we're looking for, because it's the Memory Man that does the most coloration of the tone. I thought that might yield the best results, but actually it was the other way around. It seems best to have the quality of the tone produced before the digital repeats, and just have the digital delay create more of the nice tone that you've produced. I think either rationale could work logically, but for whatever reasons beyond my understanding, it sounds better that way around. So that's what I'm going with. We've got chorus first, Memory Man second, Dig third. So I hope you enjoyed this little rundown. For me, it was really a review of the Memory Man, because that's the most recent thing I've added to the board. So let me know what you think in the comments. Cheers.